Every episode of the Positively Living podcast is meant to spark insight, and the Positively Productive Resources page helps you turn that insight into action. Browse free tools, guided audios, and practical favorites that make living intentionally easier. You'll find them all at positivelyproductive.com/resources. When you repeatedly perform an action or think a certain thought, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with it, making it easier and more automatic over time. This is the science behind habit development, so you can see how the two go together for a gratitude practice. Bringing the two together means that your focus has the ability to reshape your perception moving forward and reshape your perception about the good in life. So when you seek the good, you will readily find more and more of it. You're listening to the Positively Living podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Zaratny, founder of Positively Productive Systems and a productivity coach certified in positive psychology and stress management. Join me as we explore ways to live a more proactive, positive life with episodes on productivity, self-awareness, mindset, entrepreneur life, habits and systems, simplicity, fun, and more. I understand overwhelm personally as a multi-passionate entrepreneur, wife and mom to kids and cats, and as a caregiver. I'm here to help you choose what's right for you so you can do less, live more, and breathe easier. Sound good? Let's get to it. Welcome to the Positively Living podcast. I'm your host, Lisa, and an important part of what we explore in the podcast is what it truly means to live well and feel fulfilled, to be happy. Last week, we revisited a powerful conversation about intentional happiness, and today we're connecting that idea to one of the simplest, most profound habits that is proven to increase happiness, the practice of gratitude. It's easy to overlook gratitude because it's such a familiar term. It's become a bit of a throwaway idea. It shows up on every self-care list and journal prompt and becomes the unofficial theme for November with quotes and signs and all manner of reminders to be grateful without understanding the context. What does that mean? Why would we want to be grateful? Beneath all the hype, which distracts us from how important it actually is, you'll find a transformational practice like no other. Gratitude doesn't just make us feel good, it rewires how we see the world. And most importantly, it's where we need to start to find the things we want, like happiness. There's a quote from Francis Bacon I love that sums it up beautifully. It's not the happy people who are grateful, it's the grateful people who are happy. Today, we'll explore what that really means and how you can use gratitude to build real, sustainable happiness. Research has shown over and over that gratitude isn't just a nice idea. It's a powerful tool for well-being. Dr. Robert Emmons, one of the leading authorities on gratitude, calls it the queen of the virtues because it connects to so many areas of health and happiness. In his studies, people who practice gratitude regularly reported greater life satisfaction, deeper relationships, lower stress levels, and even improved physical health. But beyond the data, what's fascinating is why gratitude works so well. When you focus on what you appreciate, you literally train your brain to seek more of it and to find more of it more readily. I've often used the simple phrase, what you focus on, you fuel. Have you noticed that when you find something good, it becomes easier to find more of it? Actually, when you focus on anything, it becomes easier to find more of it, which is why it's so important to find the good in a gratitude practice. See, when you're aware of something, you spot it quicker, and then your brain learns to keep doing that. The science behind this is a 1-2 punch of the reticular activating system and something called neuroplasticity. As Inigo Montoya said in one of my favorite movies, The Princess Bride, let me explain. Nope, there's too much. Let me sum up. Our brains need a way to filter out all the input coming at us. There's so much coming at us. If we let everything in, we'd never be able to function. So our brains ignore a lot of data, some more than others. The reticular activating system, otherwise known as the RAS, is a network of neurons in the brainstem that acts as the brain's gatekeeper for sensory information, and it acts as a filter for sensory input to determine what is important enough to reach your conscious awareness and what to ignore. This filtering system is why you can be in a room full of people, all of them talking, and clearly discern voices of your children or your spouse. Or how when you buy a car, you, quote, suddenly see them on the road everywhere. They were there all along. You're spotting them more regularly now. Fun fact, this filtering system is the science behind vision boards. If you're curious about that, be sure to check out episode 137 on how to create a vision board that works. The other part of the brain equation is something called neuroplasticity. It's the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. This is one of the most encouraging things, in my opinion, because it means we can always change and grow no matter our age. The way it works is when you repeatedly perform an action or think a certain thought, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with it, making it easier and more automatic over time. This is the science behind habit development, so you can see how the two go together for a gratitude practice. Bringing the two together means that your focus has the ability to reshape your perception moving forward and reshape your perception about the good in life. So when you seek the good, you will readily find more and more of it. Happiness becomes less about waiting for or trying to design the perfect moment or seeing it as a result of your effort, and rather, it's about being present, noticing the perfection within each moment, even amidst the imperfection, and letting the cumulative process take over for you. That's why gratitude leads to happiness, not the other way around. Gratitude changes your perspective, and happiness naturally follows. Before we go further, it's important to clear up what gratitude isn't. And this is important on a personal level to me because in the very beginning, before I began a gratitude practice of my own, and I was struggling so much, it really bothered me when people would say, be grateful. And I would be like, but I'm struggling. How do those two go together? So it's important to understand that gratitude isn't about pretending everything's fine or ignoring the pain. It's not that good vibes only attitude that you see and that is on all the signs and is preached constantly at us, okay? Those two don't go together. Forcing yourself to be thankful and denying the challenges and your right to respond to those challenges is toxic positivity. That's not what we're talking about here. True gratitude allows for all of it. It can coexist with grief, stress, and disappointment. In fact, it often grows stronger because of them, because you've allowed both in. It's the ability to hold both truths at once. This is hard, and I still see what's good. That's what makes gratitude so powerful for those of us navigating the tough times in life, caregiving, chronic illness, the general pace of life, which is faster and faster now, with more sensory input for that matter. It's not about glossing over our reality. It's about grounding ourselves in the good that, when we do, can sustain us through the challenges. If you'd like to delve more into the idea of toxic positivity and understand the distinction, head to the podcast page of the website, positivelyproductive.com, and search for episodes with my guest, Valerie Friedlander, on toxic positivity and on mindsets. In multiple episodes, we talk about that and harmful mindset trends. Great. So you're in. Let's try this gratitude practice thing again, Lisa, because this sounds like it has so much potential. And admittedly, there are many ways to practice gratitude. But I have noticed that the way it's recommended in most standard resources can trip you up a bit. If you've tried keeping a gratitude list before and it didn't stick, it didn't feel right, it might be because the practice felt more like homework than honest appreciation. Let's shift that. Here are 3 ways to deepen your gratitude practice and make it feel more authentic again. Number 1 is to savor. Don't just notice something that you're going to put on the list. Feel it, experience it. Let your appreciation linger for a few seconds longer than you might, because I know we go at a fast pace, but I need you to step back and take a moment to pause and to pay attention. Think of tasting really good chocolate, and instead of wolfing it down, you let it sit on your tongue and you savor that taste, right? It changes the experience. So now consider doing that with all kinds of moments and things that you might be grateful for. Don't list something, live it. That's where the real shift happens. Number 2, specify. Go beyond the surface. Instead of, I'm grateful for my spouse, and that's a beautiful thing, that's a great starting point. Try instead, I'm grateful for how they make me laugh when I'm stressed. They understand me, they cheer me on. Specificity strengthens the emotional connection to what you're grateful for. When you choose a moment or a person or a thing for your gratitude, keep asking yourself why and go deep instead of wide. It's going to have a completely different impact on you. Number 3 is to share. Gratitude grows when it's expressed. Say it, write it, reflect it back through kindness. Send thank you messages. Tell people what you're grateful for as opposed to simply writing it in your journal or thinking it to yourself. And again, all of those elements of the practice are beautiful, but if you want to take it to the next level or change it up a bit and get a different impact, sharing it will make a difference. When you share it, you reinforce it in yourself and you model it for others as a bonus. Just like when you celebrate moments in life and it feels better to you, it hits different when you can share it with someone else, especially someone you care about. So too does sharing gratitude. The bonus is that sharing can be a way to achieve accountability and strengthen your habit and practice of gratitude. So win-win. It's okay if it doesn't come easily every day. Gratitude practice isn't supposed to be easy. It's not about perfection. It's about being present and appreciative. If you'd like to get a better understanding of what gratitude is about and more ideas on ways to practice, I have a full podcast playlist for you that you will love. Episodes include an introduction to gratitude, how it links to stress, how to practice it simply, how you're already likely practicing it so you can build upon that, how to journal realistically, and so much more. You'll find this playlist and many others on the podcast page of the positivelyproductive.com website. If today's episode resonated with you and you'd like to explore gratitude more deeply and have my guidance with it, I invite you to check out the Positively Grateful Series bundle. It's something I created that is a pay-as-you-will collection available on my resources page of the positivelyproductive.com website. You'll find a full webinar, guided reflections, journaling prompts, and inspiration to welcome gratitude into your life in a way that works. And again, it's pay-as-you-will. So for as little as $5, you can get this entire bundle and you can be inspired to practice your gratitude and help me fund further support to others to practice their gratitude. As we wrap up today, I encourage you to try one simple way to practice gratitude and let it shift your focus. Maybe savor, specify, or share, or simply take with you the idea that your gratitude practice means more to you than you may have realized. Watch for the changes, and when you start to notice what's working, even in small ways, see how you're creating a feedback loop that supports your well-being. It's kind of like meta-gratitude, right? Is appreciating the good in the gratitude practice itself. Gratitude is one of those deceptively simple practices that changes everything when you let it. It shifts your attention, rewires your brain, and it builds a foundation for genuine happiness. Not the kind you chase, the kind you cultivate. As you may already know, I like to walk my own talk, so I will leave you with my gratitude for you. Thank you for being here with me, for listening, for growing with me, for sharing your experiences and the podcast with others. Please continue to do that. The more that you're able to share on your social media, share by leaving a review for the podcast, which you can do on Apple Podcasts, or leaving a rating on Spotify so that others can catch the podcast there, or leaving a comment on a specific episode. All of those kinds of engagement help others spot the podcast, trust it, and join in this conversation. And it means so much to me, and it will mean so much to them. I recently received some personal feedback that told me that what I share here really makes a difference. And it did my heart good. I hope you know you really make a difference too. And I hope you take a moment today to be grateful for what's working, for who's with you, for all you have, and for all you do. Thank you for joining me today. Your time is precious, and I'm honored you chose to spend it with me. I hope this episode inspired you, and I encourage you to think about one action you can take based on today's topic. Then share it with me so I can cheer you on. Go to positivelyproductive.com to connect with me, read blog posts, and access links from each episode and download resources.